On December 14th and 15th, 2010, the County of Nassau embarked on the first film-friendly Nassau County location and studio tour, taking industry insiders in the film, television, commercial, and print industries to some of Nassau County's prime filming spots was the goal. The tour began at the Theodore Roosevelt Executive and Legislative Building in Mineola. After a press conference with Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano and a tour, we were on the road. We drove through Christopher Morley Park in Port Washington to highlight the 98-acre park, including pool, tennis courts, outdoor ice skating rink, dog run area, basketball courts, nature trails, 9-hole golf course, and other features of this county-owned facility. A short distance after, we entered the grounds of the St. Ignatius Retreat House and had a detailed tour of this 87-room Tudor Elizabethan mansion built between 1916 and 1920. The medieval-like castle looks down upon you, a tall tower with slated roofs and embattlements. It was once the fourth largest mansion in 1920 and holds what is the most beautiful small chapel in the country. The bucolic surroundings include pine, linden, oak, maple trees, and one lone American weeping beech. 33 acres encompass rolling lawns, shrubs, flowers, a tea garden, and a reflecting pool. We passed the Americana Mall, the creme de la creme of upscale and designer shopping on Northern Boulevard in Manhasset, and then on to the Village Club at Sands Point. Ed Ronan, the colorful Village Club general manager, treated us to an extravagant lunch and then a tour of this 200-acre facility. This former Guggenheim estate has a world-renowned golf course, club amenities including 12 tennis courts, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, basketball courts, baseball and softball fields, sand volleyball courts, and an elegant clubhouse featuring several dining areas. Right up the block from the Village Club is the county-owned facility, 226-acre Sands Point Preserve. A massive Tudor-style mansion, Hempstead House is a living reminder of the grandness of Long Island's Gold Coast era. The 40-room mansion was completed in 1912 for Howard Gould, son of the 19th century railroad tycoon and financier Jay Gould. The nearby 100,000-square-foot stable, Castle Gould, was completed in 1940 in the style of Ireland's Kilkenny Castle. Falaise was built on a bluff above the Long Island Sound and is French eclectic based on a 13th century Norman manor house. Our next stop was Cedarmere. This county-owned historic property was the former home of prominent 19th century poet, newspaper editor, and civic leader William Cullen Bryant. This property includes the Bryant home and several other structures on a beautiful 7-acre property overlooking Roslyn Harbor, including a rustic stone bridge as well as a small formal garden. Cedarmere is currently empty and filming is welcome. We drove by the Nassau County Museum of Art and then headed on to the Chelsea Mansion to meet up with County Executive Ed Mangano and enjoy dinner hosted by the Nassau County Industrial Development Agency. Michael Butkowitz, the site director, was our guide on the tour of Chelsea, a 40-room mansion located on the 550-acre Muttontown Preserve. Built by Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin Moore in 1924, it is a blend of French, English, and Chinese influences and provides a sense of mood, elegance, and charm. The preserve includes miles of marked nature trails, a moat, and even a strolling peacock. After the splendor of Chelsea, we took our cookies and coffee on the road and headed to the Nassau County Correctional Center in East Meadow. The Nassau County Correctional Center offers unique filming opportunities. Cell blocks, also known as tiers, which were built in the 1950s, are available for filming along with specific exterior perimeter locations. There is also ample space for accommodating holding areas and the construction of sets. There is a visiting area and exercise yard available for filming. The Scouts walked through the beautiful atrium area of the RXR Plaza in Uniondale and then jumped back on the bus to the Allegria Hotel in Long Beach. Despite being tired after a long day of touring, everyone met for a drink with our hosts at this unique hotel. Besides the beauty of the hotel, it was clear that the decor of this location could substitute for Manhattan, Florida, and California. The Allegria Hotel in Long Beach hosted a fabulous breakfast for our location managers and filmmakers, followed by a tour of the beach tunnel, the top-floor dining area with a view of the Manhattan skyline, the restaurants, wine room, bar, and their unique decor throughout. I know the mayor, who's a great guy. I actually used to work with him in the county, and then he became the mayor of Freeport.
Wow. Yeah. What was this?
This was part of Mitchell Field on the air base that dates back to World War I. So this obviously wasn't here, but the original hangars is where the main
First, we were given a tour of the show house at Old Westbury Gardens and then taken to the main house for a brief tour of the available rooms.
Like, for example, in the main living room, that was used as a set for Gossip Girl, so they repainted that. This room in here, we have to keep the wallpaper the same, because this was like original to the lady that lived here. Everything else is pretty much...
And what about like the China cabinet?
That's not ours, so imagine you don't see any of the furniture here.
No furniture in this house at all?
No.
Oh, so what's this?
This is a show house going on right now.
Oh, until when?
Decorator show house, till Sunday. This is the main mansion where we've done a lot of the interior filming. There is a lot of protection issues in this house, and there are only certain rooms you can actually film in. This being one of them. This is the red ballroom, the front hall, and the west porch, which is the glass room in there where I think they're having some lunch right now.
Investment stuff. Okay, so that's how we started producing his films.
Old Bethpage Village Restoration provides visitors with a unique and wonderful opportunity to step back in time and experience life in a recreated mid-19th century American village. The 209-acre village includes an assortment of homes, farms, businesses, a church, and schoolhouse from a time past. Grumman Studios is a qualified New York State production facility located in Bethpage. This 160,000 square foot facility with 7 huge sound stages, massive storage facilities, and acres of paved outdoor space has convenient access to New York City. We started our tour of Gold Coast Studios in the catering tent with unit production manager Lynn Penizich discussing their filming of Man on a Ledge at Gold Coast Studios. A multi-story structure was erected in the parking lot of Gold Coast Studios for a film shoot. We were given a tour of the studio at Gold Coast where a set is being built. We were allowed to watch a scene from Man on a Ledge being shot at the other Gold Coast stage and then given a tour of the new hair and makeup room before we traveled around the corner for a lavish closing reception held at the offices of Gold Coast Studios. It was clear that Joe and Glenn Lustrito would be a major resource for filmmakers not only because of the extraordinary studio, but also the other office buildings and locations they own, which they would allow filmmakers to utilize. With the tour a success, information given, friendships made, we were on our way back to the Theodore Roosevelt Executive and Legislative Building to say goodnight.